That's brilliant.
That's just one of my many theories on Dota 2 talent and their true lives.
I would watch a series like that if you made like an expose, like behind the actor studio or whatever kind of thing, like about Dota 2 talent.
Dota 2 talent lore, lots of gasms, perhaps something like that. Yeah.
What would your lore be, Trent?
It's a super secret.
It's a super secret.
That's why, I have to try and make up these stories with everyone else to try and deflect.
Oh, see, I'm onto you. I'm onto you.
All right, we're remaking the lobby. Same picks. Excellent. They got the go-ahead from our head admin. They had to run it up the chain of command. So we should be all good soon here, guys. Thank you for your patience.
Techies is still in the game. I'm actually checking myself to see if I can pick Techies, so I'm just in a ranked game. If you're with me, just bear with it. I'm just going to play one quick Techies game to see if it works.
Perfect. That's good. I'm sure you'll be back in time for the panel.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I play my Techies games quick, I just throw myself in, and I bomb. I play the Zayats. I play the Zayats Techies, which has always been a treat to watch. I was very sad to see them bomb out of the qualifiers, but no pun intended there, actually. But I think that Techies in competitive, they're just very fun to watch because they play... I wish Techies in my games would play like Techies in competitive. I wish. It's like when I see the first pick Pudge, and then I see Pudge play by like ADR or 4DR, and you go, wow, why is my support Pudge not playing like him? Why is my 5-position support Pudge that only has a blink dagger at minute 35 not playing?
There's a large difference between the ally Pudge and the enemy Pudge,
The difference is many, many hours. Many hours. I remember I was talking with a BSJ because I was trying to get this one thing down. And I was just like, I don't know what do I need to do? Like, should I do this? Should I do that? He's like, well, Moxxi, I have the solution for you. And I was like, okay, Brian, tell me what it is. He's like, you need to play 80 hours of Dota a week. And I was like, whoa, that's a little difficult. He's like, yeah, because that's what you have to do to be able to do that. And I was like, okay, so I'm just not going to be able to do that. He's like, yeah, but that's okay because you're not a pro player, Moxxi. It's all right. Like, I love the fact that you want to, but again, not a pro player. I don't expect you to play 80 hours of Dota a week.
I think you should go for it, Moxxi.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Oh, that means a lot, guys.
Yeah, you can.
I think I would become the angriest person alive if I was playing 80 hours of Dota a week.
Yeah, I think at some point you just numb yourself with the anger. I mean, I remember the first conversation I ever had with a pro player, which was when a South American pro, no longer here. I remember when we're talking about the differences in RMR and why he knew more than me, he just went he just straight up asks me, but how when you play a Dota match, do you want to play 15 more after? I'm like, well, no, obviously not. That's 15 hours of my day playing Dota. He's like, I do. I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm addicted. That's why I'm a good Dota player, because I am sick in the head. I'm like, oh, I mean, that's a really rude way of putting it. No, it's okay. You can call me sick on stream. I am sick. This is why I'm good at Dota, and you will never be. All right, well, I'll take that. That's fair. I'm not offended by those comments.
He's making us feel nice. That's all. So
actually,
he
was very self-aware.
We have more info. It does have to be done in captain's mode as well, so we have to redo things the same way apparently. So that's actually really nice because it's going to save the stats sites because we're going to do the same bands, the same picks, and it's not going to mess with all our data. So shout out to the admins. I'm a fan of that.
Woo.
Looking forward to some rapid drafts here, going at the speed of light.
Wait till one player messes up the picks though. That's happened to me before when they.
Oh, you had one job.
I've actually seen that happen before.
Yeah,
and we had to remake again.
In remix. Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't like they actually accidentally banned one of their heroes. It was bad. They were trying to just ban random heroes to make it go fast, and they just banned one of their own heroes. That was back in the DDoS days. All right, flying through.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
This is that high execution you hear about, the big APM required to be a pro Dota player. Trying to find them all fast.
Click your buttons well.
Yeah.
So, drafters are underrated, guys. So the guy who clicks the buttons is very, very important. I've seen too many a drafter go, I'm running out of time, so you randomly click something else by accident. It happens. The pressure gets to you, so.
It happened at TI.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't trying to call out Insania, but you know.
But I did. Because I mean,
I wasn't gonna say anyone's name.
All right. We're getting there. Thank you, everyone, for going through this with us. I'm so glad you're all here to enjoy the. This is like a Techies game has already started. We're held hostage. Everything's delayed. I'm annoyed.
Oh, he picked
I'm
it.
sure both teams are
We did
annoyed.
it.
Yeah, and hopefully everyone gets their hero this time. All right, I see 10. It's a good sign.
We did it. We did it.
Avo's like, yes, I can get out of here. Whew. I can
Yeah,
play
look,
my
that
Techies
was
game now.
20 more minutes. 20 more minutes than I was paid for here as a host, you know?
I like how Trent is so wholesome. Like, I've always said that you're very wholesome, like a nice bowl of oatmeal, honestly, Trent. But you remind me very much of our Dota Mr. Rogers. Just like, hey, I'm so glad that you guys are here with us, sharing this moment together. You're very wonderful. Like,
it's mostly sarcastic because it's not fun, so don't get too wholesome on me. And plus, oatmeal is trash. That's like the lowest on the breakfast food chain. Oatmeal, Moxxi? That's what you think of me?
Oatmeal is delicious and wholesome and very, like,
Yeah.
supportive throughout your day.
I'm offended.
What is your breakfast meal? What's your top breakfast meal?
Hard-boiled egg? Yogurt?
You don't want to be called the yogurt of Dota 2, dude. Come on now. That sounds terrible.
And you can't be the hard-boiled egg because Pyrian Flax already exists, so that's...
yeah.
True.
You can't be the egg.
All right, well, we have a match.
Yeah, you're free.
I had a presentation earlier. Cut versus DogChamp, game number 1. It's actually happening, guys, and it's actually being casted. Who are the casters, you might ask? Oh, they're right here. It's Trent and Moxxi. Take it away, boys and girl. Boy and girl.
Nice cover there.
You got him, Moxxi.
I got him. But yeah, you know, here we go. We are all set now. We actually have everybody loaded into the game. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to. I want to like how many random techies kills do you think we're gonna have? The unexpected ones, and how good is it our observer?
Ooh, we've
got Aosin on this one, right?
Oh, that's unfortunate. So probably.
Yikes, dude.
Got him. I would put the over-under on like 2.5. I'm going to take the over on 3. I think we'll get 3 unexpected kills.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see, though.
We will see. I feel for this poor Luna having to play against the techies because I feel like Scourge is going to be wandering through his jungle, minding his own business, wanting to hit those creeps, and then there's just going to be unexpected techies mines just blowing them up.
Oh, as you can see, Aosin 5.0. I think last time he was 2.0, so kills missed per game going up more and more. Sorry to see that, Aosin. I hope you can bring that down a little bit after this game. Good to have the observer stats, though, you know? It's nice.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We got to track them, keep them in line, you know? It's really the only way is to shame them every time. That's why Slacks put the line in.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's actually so horrible. I cherish my observers. You know, Pop-Tart Jenkins and I have an undefeated win rate because we support each other. We lift each other up when it comes to trivia and whatnot.
the trivia queue. Nice. Oh, God, Bloody 9, please. Oh, very appropriate voice line at this time.
Very appropriate. The Awu especially.
Right, well,
I really want to know who wrote that. All right. Well, hopefully this is starting to feel like the SA qualifiers. This is the other side of America, friends. All these pauses. Who was it? Who was it that, like, one of the qualifiers just kept pausing right before the game, like, once you loaded in because he needed the bathroom and would make PPD so angry?
I believe that was the TIA qualifiers of Wind and Rain is the one that I specifically remember a lot of early pausing. That one might not have been PPD, but Yaren makes the classic techies play in the bottom lane. Every single techies does this where they suicide the range creep, but it looked like they were kind of ready for that because he got a big punishment there, but he's a techies, so he's just going to go back to the tree line, and you know what he's going to do? He's going to do it again, and do you know what he's going to do, Moxxi? He's going to go up to his Ancients, and they didn't block the camp, and he's going to stack that hard camp next to the Ancients. He might stack the Ancients at the same time, then he's going to come back down your lane, and he's going to suicide on you again. Oh, he actually got the roll for the kill on the... That's because he has the Fairy Fire. I think that guarantees it.
The mental warfare coming out from Yaren already, just being a techies, poking away at Pingu, taking down his courier. Lukey does have to be careful, though. He has taken a decent amount of harassing on the bottom lane, but of course, everyone has come prepared with their salves, and they will just heal right back on up again.
I actually, I tested a lot of this when we first had the 5 couriers with this, the heroes with the lowest attack to try and like see what you need. So it's actually pretty cool that he's able to guarantee it by having that fairy fire. Because usually your damage is only 34 as the techies, but because he's holding that, he can actually guarantee that he's going to kill that that courier every time. And of course, techies is just like the ridiculous attack range is so helpful. And all right, another pause here as we had a suicide come down. It did not hit the range creep, but he did get Scourge McDuck again, who only has 2 fairy fires and 1 tango left in this lane now.
Yeah, that's got to feel pretty unfortunate here, especially when you consider the fact that when you have like a Treant Protector, it usually really helps in securing your lane, right? Because you've got like some really nice slows. You've got the heal at the very least, which hasn't been picked up yet because Ping, of course, is still sitting at level 1. It's fairly early, but definitely feels a little uncomfortable for Scourge to approach the creep wave when he knows that Techies has his Suicide Squad and whatnot up.
It's really bad for Pingu. As you pointed out during the draft, like the ability to like abuse the trees is always very good for a Treant, but they've already cut those down. And now Techies is level 2, so the mines are going to be out soon. So then that's going to be another concern for Pingu. And he's not really having that good bullying effect that you hope for. He does take the point in the Leech Seed after, which is pretty cool, since it's one way that he can secure a bit of harass here.
Yeah, I do feel like that's really necessary at this point, considering what they're up against in this lane. And yeah, like we said, we've got some of the mines getting dropped already, so the annoyance will only continue here for the side of the cut in the bottom lane. We haven't really talked about the top lane at all, though. I know that they've been going back and forth as we tune in for a bushwhack here.
Yeah, probably not getting
nice
pretty low.
Doesn't have a lot of regen left here. Of course, he is an Oracle. He's got 8 stick charges, but has to be very careful about his positioning.
Yeah, but compare the two, you're right. I mean, that's crazy. Lena has nothing. He's got the stick charges. We have a salve, 2 tangos on the Hoodwink, and we have a salve and 3 on the Mars. Just destroyed.
Yes, he is. And that feels bad, right? Because Bloody Nine was not even that far forward here, but he was just close enough over that Frogus was able to, get the bushwhack off. And just the amount of damage that can come out from this Mars paired with the Hoodwink early on, it's pretty substantial.
Yeah, but now our little courier delivery service will arrive, so some benefits to your support dying, no doubt, but it was the first blood, so it's extra painful, and man, Creep is not afraid. He's just coming out here with the Fortune's End.
Yeah, he's feeling very powerful. In fact, he's just clicking away. That nuke was almost enough. They need another couple of hits here. They've got the salve, though. This Mars is just too speedy. Creep's not going to be able to finish him off.
Couldn't even get the cancel. That hurts. Like, when someone salves in your face like that, you can't even grab him after.
That's when you spam the taunt, I believe.
True.
You know, if we're going to go full on mental damage warfare here in this game, I feel like it's the least they could do, considering that they had techies picked up against them.
Creepkin, the shared tangos up top there, still very low. And the mid lane we haven't talked about much at all, but it looks a little bit of a snooze fest happening here. They each get a water rune. They each hit some creeps. Way more denies on our Death Prophets, so Roos's got a bit of an edge, but you know, TA has Ancients. She'll be fine.
I'm surprised, actually. I'm assuming that we're going to be seeing some stacks coming out for sure, just for Rayla Lisa here.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Aaron hasn't had a chance to do that. I guess it's because he has a Pango, so like typically you have this offlaner who needs less assistance with a techies. Oh, it's so close!
Oh, so close. Not quite, but perhaps. No, Lukey's sitting very low. They'll pop the stick. Need a little bit more damage, though, to finish up over here on Scourge as he sits at 50 hit points. Just not quite enough, but there is no regen. Scourge is going to have to bring a salve out to himself. So that is going to make it difficult for him to approach the wave while all this is happening here.
Tree. Come give me regen. He has some extra tangles that you can pawn off on him as well. So yeah, the help is indeed there. And Yaren again though, no chance to really stack it up. So this is definitely different than most techies I see. Oh no!
But there it is.
That was a miscalculation. He suicided and he didn't die. He had like 20 HP left and he suicided into a Nature's Grasp and just died.
He got a little too excited there, I think. Just a little bit off on those calculations. Alpha delivered now for Lukey. Lukey has his boots of speed in his backpack as well, so...
Yeah.
Lukey at least having a pretty decent game, considering, but the amount of...
was very happy, I think. He just wandered up there, finally getting a chance with the Aaron dying, and sees there's no stacks yet. So he not only gets a sentry down, he takes their bounty rune too. So this is a very bad start now for Ray Lalisa. Like, you pick Templar Assassin with the expectation that you're going to farm Ancients.
Doesn't even get to see that bounty rune, realizes that someone came past. So yeah, a little surprised in the fact that you've got someone who takes stacks so easily and really can accelerate in terms of farm, and just hasn't happened here. So it might be able to go put some damage over here to Pingu. Uses that Mel Strike. TP comes out, though. I don't think they have quite enough damage this time around, so...
It sort of speaks to what they're trying to do to the Luna and try and like shut down some of Scourge McDuck's game, as well as just like enabling Lukey, right? He's certainly the hero that's going to be making all the rotations. And
what a bushwhack! What a bushwhack! Rusi making his rotation as well. So now the first exorcism will get used, and they should be able to mow down the top tier 1.
The player who is the happiest about this is definitely Scourge McDuck, because he's just like, all right, you guys got that. I am out of here. I'm just going to farm this way now, and Mars, you can come down here. I don't want to be anywhere near this Pango and this Techies, as that guy is level 6 now.
So top T1 will fall here. And you can see over in the mid lane, Pingu trying to take advantage of some of the space, being able to get some of these levels, get a couple last hits. I like this play coming out from the cut, because obviously when you have Yaren stuck here in this bottom lane, he's not going to be able to go and put any sort of mines up in his own jungle. So this rotation makes a lot of sense, and seems like it's going to pay off for them over on the side of the cut.
Yeah, but they haven't done anything about this bottom lane. I mean, you have a Treant Protector. I would think you'd want to send heroes down here, and they're a little bit delayed on that. I guess it doesn't have to be instant, since, again, you'll get the heal going, but they just have to ensure they get this push off, and they don't die to a Pango play.
It's interesting. They do send Vol down here. He's not quite level 6. Very, very close, though. Another couple creeps dying. Should be able to... Yep, that'll bump him over. So Yarn does have to be careful. So you get level 4. There's going to be the roll-up, though, coming out now from Lukey. He's just going to roll circles around here. They get the silence off. Can they finish him off, though? They do follow up. Oh, Bloody Knight in the bottom lane. Coming in with the nuke. So, yes, they'll be able to take down the Mars. Has got his level 6 now, but the pressure is now moving over to the mid tower here for the side of DogChamp. As Rusi and Pingu with a nice slow over to Ray Lalisa. Bloody Nine, he's here though. He's going to try to buy him just a little bit more time. Try to get that heal up.
Oh,
the
nice.
sharpshooter comes through, but they have too much damage. The TA will fall.
This is very interesting. So the Rainier are now going to glyph as well in that bottom tower. They don't have the Exorcism to actually get a good punish off of this death, unfortunately. Just a DD rune on Rusi. So they're just punching and hitting this tower and essentially trading away the possibility of saving their safe lane. I would call it worth it as long as they get this, but I feel like it's going to take the actual Exorcism to finish it off here, and I'm worried that they kind of lost their bottom tower for nothing, considering they had Tree.
That is true. You never want to give away something for free. Perhaps the idea is that since they do have Ray Lalisa on the Templar Assassin, they want to just shore up this Roche advantage early on by being able to take down the tower. Though we do get to an arena over here in the middle lane. Bloody Nine will go down, as they'll turn their attention now to the mid tower.
I mean, as long as they get this, they're still obviously in a very good spot. Just helps secure even more of the pressure on that dire jungle, and they make it look really easy right now. And like you pointed out before, Scourge McDuck's really happy because there's still no sign of a Techies up here. So safe to rotate around. Gonna get some stacks here from Frugos. Thank you, teammate, helping out his Luna. She's gone for the only 2 points in the glaive so far, so she's not super fast on the farm speed.
Yeah, she's going straight up farm mode, of course, too, having the Mask of Madness, so we'll just kick back. And honestly, his team is doing a great job in making space. They've been taking down buildings. You know, they did lose that tier 1 in the bottom lane, but I think taking the tier 1 top and mid are definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think to me, for DogChamp, one of the best things they can do is now take over this Radiant jungle, though. And these are the mines I was talking about, where you plant them like where the Treant is now, and then on this ramp over here where the Hoodwink's running up, and you essentially form this wall that makes it so they can't get into this Radiant part of the jungle. And that's supposed to help you take the tier 2 early to get that XP advantage through the outposts. So this creates a little bit of an awkward situation for the cut, where now they want to play this part of the map, but typically you don't actually want to be down here that much, you know? So it's it might lead to a weird gold advantage. That is a nice kill to grab down there.
Lukey sat very, very low with that sharpshooter hitting him. Just a little bit more damage, it would have gone down. But yeah, no, down the bottom lane, Vol, he had his dancing shoes on. He survived for a decent amount of time, but unfortunately was no match for the combined efforts of Creep and Lukey. But Lukey is forced to go back now, sitting very, very low after that engagement with Frugos. And yeah, the mirroring has begun here. Interesting, though, with the way that Yarn is playing this. He is smoked up. He's just dropping a couple mines here, trying to get vision.
I thought he had the wards for a second. That's unfortunate. It'd be nice to get a couple really deep ones here. But he's going for the, instead of like mining the stairs, he's just mining the camp, hoping to catch Luna on her return route through if they ever get forced out of the zone. So we'll see if it's successful.
Couple mines. Pingu needing to be very careful here. They'll find themselves a courier. It's the Techies courier. Bloody Nine, though, will get found by the side of the cut, so they'll be able to get a nice hit and run over in the dire triangle. They do end up getting hit with a stasis trap. Vol will also tank a lot of the damage. Look at Lee. Think about going in here. Does have a haste stream, but he needs the rest of his team, I think.
Oh, it's so
he
tempting
to go in. I know. He's got that roll up. He wants to go in there with the Rolling Thunder.
There's walls everywhere. A little pinball machine. Oh, he just jumped there. That was dangerous. I mean, I guess he's got the haste from yeah, but you ever see a Pango go for a swashbuckle like that, and you just want to hope you can throw it a stun, and they're probably just dead. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle. All right. Well, Yaren has finished his mission, and he wants to TP out so that they're not suspicious.
They'll never see it coming. Fostering, though, over here in the middle lane. Feels kind of like DogChamp want to make something happen for Ogos, though. Spots out Bloody Nine. Gets a nice bushwhack off, but they'll cancel out. Bloody Nine's still going to be able to survive this. Now Lukey, Rolling Thunder, Exorcism comes out from Rusi. Look at the overgrowth off over onto Lukey. Rusi went in a little far, though, here, but he's very fast. He's got that Rolling Thunder. Sorry, not the Rolling Thunder. Has the living armor over on him as well to buy a bit more time. Nice spear over onto Bloody Nine. The Infest popping back out. Bloody Nine not looking like he's going to survive this as they do manage to take down Bull over on the back lines. Rusi running for his life here. They'll drop a mine. And they've got a lot of burst damage. Is it enough, though, to take down Rusi? He's so fast. No, Lukey will come in with the double kill and finish off the Death Prophet. Feels like he's still hunting. Would like to grab Pingu possibly here, but is gonna back off. But while this is going on, Scourge continuing to farm. Sitting at the top net worth, 7K.
That was a really awkward fight to take for the cut. This is like probably the worst part in the map for them to fight. Like what benefits them there? There's walls everywhere for the Pango. You know there's mines there because Yaren's been here the whole game. There's TA traps abound because that's where she farms. Nice arena bottom.
Oh yeah.
Grab that.
Lining up that sharpshooter here for Frugos.
But it's like, what do they even gain fighting there? No, but at the same time, they're just trying to make space for their Luna. So I think this is kind of the awkward situation that they're just kind of pushed into right now, while they await their Luna and are scared of their own jungle because of mines.
That's a good point. The fact that you can't even go into your own jungle because it does feel very, very suspect.
Especially because we know it's empty. But there was this large portion of time where Yaren was off the map, so no one wants to just die to a stupid mine stack. And we, of course, know there's just that one stupid mine stack that lies. So sad. It's going to go off at, like, the very end of its life here in, like, 7 minutes, right? So 20 minutes, we'll keep an eye on that one.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen a shift coming out from Yaren, knowing that the Luna is going to probably want to play top. Surprised that we haven't seen kind of a sweep towards that area, but it just continues to, try to push out these waves. Rogos, of course, going to be on minesweeper duty.
Yeah,
going in here. Doesn't quite manage to land in the bushwhack, though.
They've sort of put creep in, like, the, the so-called dead lane up here, because it's very hard to kill this lifestealer right now. Max rage, tree's really the only thing that I guess could concern you with the overgrowth. But other than that, you've got a free escape plan. The tree.
Yeah, they didn't quite manage to land the either of the spells, actually. So Bloody Nine, who has been bullied a lot this game. I mean, that's just the life of an Oracle, right? You're just being thirsted after constantly. Does manage to sidestep. But yeah, look at this instant dewarding. They are just on it here.
There's great minds thinking alike there, yeah. All I was just playing right on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Wolves loving life down here, I'll tell you that much. Gets the whole waves. Everyone else is too worried to be here. Got his kill on the Pango. So once that Blink Dagger, that's really going to help open things up. Luki now even clearing that camp. Okay. Says, sorry, I'm not leaving the bait. I need some more gold here. I want a Blink Dagger too.
Well, they won't expect it. If you leave it too long, Trent, they're gonna expect it.
Yeah, there you go.
You know? You gotta make it look like it is totally safe. In fact, we talk about Vol, you know, he was enjoying life down here. He has been bullied quite a bit, though. I think he's died twice now to Luki. Plus at least one. And look at this Bloody Nine around the corner. They know who their target is. There it is, Rolling Thunder coming on in. Try to nuke down. Raylisa joining in the fight. Just gonna be a little bit too late here. But the scan comes out. They know that they're in the Roche, but they have to get over there as soon as possible.
He baited that out. Like, he knew he was gonna die. He's like, I need one more wave for my Blink Dagger. So I'm gonna run it this wave. I'm gonna buy my Blink before I die.
Ooh. Silence gets thrown down to creep, and yeah, they managed to pick up the Aegis. No one really making it over in time. Bloody Nine. Oh dear, this poor Oracle. Gonna try to buy himself just a little bit more time with the Fate's Edict, but there's too much damage, too much magic. They just blow him up.
It doesn't last long enough. It's only level 1, so he couldn't even wait out the big hold on the sharpshooter. That was depressing to watch. It's like assuredly going to die eventually. Oh,
sometimes though, you just have those games like that.
Oh, they saw he walked too far. Aaron gets instantly pinged out. Yeah, they go a little bit nuts, so they're just going to run into the dire jungle. He's like, I don't want to be around techies right now, guys. Oh, Lifestealer knows, though. Doesn't even send his courier out. Oh, and actually, never mind. It was on its way back. My bad.
No one's showing, though, on the map, and I think that's very telling. Especially when you can see the Luna. They're like, there's no way Luna's allowed up top, so let's just, you know, migrate. We'll go maybe put some pressure over onto this mid-tower, but they do have to be careful. Silence being out over onto creep immediately. Nice arena, spearing to the wall with the bushwhack. The jump forward from Yaren. He's trying to just do whatever he can to buy a little bit more time for his Lifestealer, and he does manage to do it, but he is going to be the sacrifice.
Yeah, you'll take that.
Creep is just speeding on out. Oh, Vol says, yeah, no. We don't want you to get away. Does end up missing the spear. Of course, it is a smaller target here. Need just a little bit more damage, but nope. Lifestealer is going to cruise on out and rejoin the TA over here in the triangle.
That was actually pretty clever, because what a lot of Lifestealers would have done there is that the Rage was probably back, and he would have popped out to then Rage because he was so close to the tower. So I think he was hoping that with that spear, he'd catch him in the act of like popping out like that. Or he was just hoping, like, I'm just going to throw as much damage as I can onto the spear. But not able to get it. And the pushing power of the cut will once again be shown off here. As between a DP and a Luna, they are very capable of just grabbing objectives. And Taiz is set up here, but there's not that many mines.
Yeah, I don't... I think you just let... Yeah, you let this go.
Bring him home. It's a Techies lineup. Yes! Oh, I applaud this. No glyph? Go high ground exorcism 19 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, this is the pushing potential here as Vol jumps forward here. Doesn't quite manage to line up that spear, though. So, Yaren over on the back lines. They have an idea that he's here. Ooh, that stasis trap. They're winding up. Can they find it? Yes, it's going to be Rusi, though. Who gets the kill on Yaren. Luki diving forward in a very suspect... Like, oh, what? Why?
That's a great question, Moxxi. I don't have an answer for you. I guess he thought he was gonna... I think he still had Blink, so he was gonna, like, swash and then blink back, but he got clipped by something. I wonder if it was the chipped vest. I feel like one of them has a chip. The Mars has a chipped vest.
Needless death.
Yeah.
Needless creep. Running forward here. They do have an Aegis online. They'll use the overgrowth, hold creep into place a little bit longer. Raylisa looking for the opening. They'll go for the Eclipse. Nice save here. Coming out from Bloody Nine. Should be able to heal right back up again. These glaives bouncing around the Scourge doing a lot. In fact, Yarg's just going to die for that as they pin Raylisa over here. So the TA just has not had a chance to play this game. It's a double kill now for the Luna.
Wow.
They are just ripping through DogChamp right now over on the side of the cut.
So many nice plays from the cut this game. Just like not panicking versus the techies, playing the half of the map that they want to be at, not even trying to contest that Radiant jungle. They sort of just like let it go. They shoved Vol down there for a long time. And then that bait play to get his blink, bait some heroes down, and take the Roche is actually so game-winning because they really don't have a good answer versus this Aegis, as has become very apparent by the fact they just took a tier 2 and an entire set of racks at 19 minutes with it.
That is the, I mean, they're playing their draft so perfectly right now because, the Techies just hasn't had any chance to try to set up anything, has been trying to, push out these lanes. And when you have a Luna, when you have a Death Prophet, this is a lane that's going to be able to fight early and also be able to just rip through buildings given the opportunity.
Yeah, I think
we've almost got a BKB completed here too for Scourge.
Yeah.
This is a big Luna.
I think they made a good adjustment after that fight because I think they had the same idea of why are we here? Why are we playing over this triangle? Let's just force top more. Let's just get our items. And since then, they're just not playing into the hands of DogChamp. And that ward they placed down so long on their last smoke is going to pay off big time.
Oh, yes, it is. As they just rip through this poor TA. I swear, I feel like Rayla Lisa hasn't had a chance to do much of anything. Bloody Nine now, of course, is going to get hooked over to the side here with that shot. Lukey trying to get the roll, but they follow up with the overgrowth. Great positioning coming out from Pingu as they'll turn right back around again with this exorcism. Gonna try to put some pressure over into Yaron. They've had enough of this Techies. They don't want to allow him to be able to set up anything. Aegis does end up getting reclaimed while all this is going on. Rusi has been chasing after Lukey. Not gonna be able to quite get his hands on him as Bloody Nine and Creep just running for their lives here. Vol has the blink up. Doesn't look like he's gonna go for the aggressive play though.
Lukey feeling a bit spicy because he has the roll up. So yeah, it's like I can go in. It'll be fine. But not able to get any revenge kills there with the death of our Templar Assassin. And now that they might be picking high ground. And, well, of course, from our bird's eye view here, we know there's actually still no mines in that area. And all right, we got one spicy mine stack here. But Pinker seems to know about it.
Just wanders over gradually. Boop.
Man, those mine traps really did not work, by the way.
Still just looking over at the...
yeah. There's nothing.
They haven't spent hardly any time over in their own jungle. I'd love to see a heat map of this, honestly, because Scourge just basically said, I've had enough of this nonsense. Immediately just goes top after the tower camps. And these glaives bouncing over onto Lukey. He just barely manages to get out in time as the cut continues their assault on all the buildings. 15k net worth here over on Scourge McDuck.
Yeah, also keep in mind, consider they have an entire lane of racks, and they're only up 5k. And that's what's so fragile about playing against Techies, is that it feels like the cut have played this game almost, honestly perfectly, other than a few mistakes. But the lead isn't, I don't know, that insane. It's not, insurmountable or anything at this point. And it just goes to show, why you have to play so careful and everything versus the Techies, because any one of these heroes could have been blown up, once or twice at this point, and it would be considered a pretty average Techies game. But they're staying pretty tight, keeping a good eye on their vision, and just not contesting the really bad areas of the map. And I think the inability for DogChamp to keep that pressure and make bottom into anything that great in the earlier part of this game is what ended up hurting them, because they just kind of spent a lot of time waiting for Rayla Lisa. And as you've said, maybe he's got his chance now because he has a death on a BKB, so this could be their big smoke play.
Oh. They're on their way with an infest bomb here in Leaky Lick. They're about to walk right into them. Oh, the silence though coming out will cancel out. Rolling Thunder. They go forward again. Rayla Lisa just getting pinned over to the wall, but he does have the Oracle. Pops a BKB here. Wants to try to burst down whoever he can. They already lose Yaren though. This Techie's not being a part as Rusi popping his own BKB as they're just chasing after this Death Prophet. They take down Bloody Nine. They'll follow up. Now they just can't seem to put out enough damages over on the side. Creep gets pinned to a tree. They have so much. They follow up. And we talked about stuns here. Stuns, roots, all of that. So incredibly important as they just are able to handle the Life Stealer and do enough damage to take him out of the equation.
Man, Pingu, his hero feels so good this game. He's done a great job just throwing down the wards. Feels like he's always in the right spot for the overgrowth, and just a general nuisance in the game plan here of DogChamp. And once again, the overwhelming push is such a good thing to have versus Techies. I feel like this is the way to go versus this hero, and why they probably weren't that concerned about it slipping through in that second phase.
I guess, indeed. When you push this hard, this fast, there's just no time for any sort of setup. Yeah, look at these Luna glaives. They just chew through everything in the base. Oh no, Trent, what did they do now on the side of DogChamp? How did they bounce back into this? Because we had the BKB over on the TA, and it felt like, perhaps that's a power spike. Perhaps they'll be able to do something, survive a bit longer. But they just, seems like everyone over on the side of the cut has just gotten to a point where they're so tanky or so elusive that they can't seem to finish them off.
Yeah, so we have to do our Dota meta calculations here. And how does one win a game in this day and age? You take the second Roche. So with those calculations, we think, okay, well, what can DogChamp do to fight around the Roche pit? Well, they've got themselves a Pango. That's very good. They have vision from a Templar Assassin. They have heroes definitely not getting picked off right now because of a silence, right?
Definitely not picked off. Not Lukey. Lukey's supposed to be able to roll around in that pit as he's the first one down. Yaren is going to be the next to fall, and Creep needs to get out of here. Does have Bloody 9 nearby. Does have Rayla Lisa if needed. DD. Bloody 9. They have the sentries. You cannot hide from them, Bloody 9. It was a nice try, but it is just the two cores. They decided they'd call it.
I appreciate
that.
GG. Yeah. This game is, especially with that.
For the Eclipse anyways,
He's disconnected. He's like, please. Can't grab it in the end. So, yeah, that they definitely had like one last shot, theoretically, of contesting the Rush pit, but then those heroes get knocked out like that, and it was still going to be a real uphill battle to secure it from there. So, very impressive stuff. Again, I still want to praise the Cup because I don't think this is an easy game to win. They made it look easy because of like how well coordinated they played, but it's so easy to make a single mistake versus kind of a lineup with the techies, and suddenly you're like in a frustrated deficit. Someone else gets picked off or dies to a mine, and then this like TA gets huge and just like wins team fights. So they made it look easy, but that's just because they played super well. And I would be worried as DogChamp because I legit don't think they'll pick techies again.
I don't think you can. I feel like the Cut really figured out, that is the problem when you are a specialist in a particular type of hero, is that you've seen it happen so many times where they play against their opponents that you're like, okay, we know exactly how we need to move for around the map. We know that techies these times to set up. We're just going to run at them and not give them any sort of breathing room. Very well played coming out from the side of the Cut, and DogChamp, they're going to have to bring something different to the drafting table for this next game, but we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll break it all down for you.